What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 137 of the Chumpcast. We did our damnedest to get rid of Brick, but he's like a virus. We did, however, find a reasonable solution for replacing him. Also, I guess we talk about Shazam for a little bit. You can find us on all social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can also call, text, or leave us a voicemail at 847-920-6107. Thanks to our friends at Family Video for sponsoring the show. If you collect DVDs or Blu-rays, you can get some awesome deals through the chumpcast.com/familyvideo. They have ridiculous deals on new releases, and they're always updating their selection. I'm looking right now at copies of Creed 2, Fantastic Beasts 2, Bohemian Rhapsody, A Star is Born, and way more, all for under $10. Plus, it helps out your chumps. You can find our merch at thechumpcast.com. Check out patreon.com/thechumpcast for all sorts of bonus content and more goodies. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to price out some very expensive, very specific robots.
All right, so I have an idea. Since Brick is no longer here, present with us to record, but he's remote, we need something that represents him here in the Chump Cave. So I was thinking,
like a literal brick, like a cinder block?
No, I was thinking,
probably has better takes.
Can you customize blow-up dolls?
Like a sex doll?
Are we not recording? Are we recording?
No, we're recording.
We're recording.
Oh,
right
we're
now.
talking about your sex doll.
Yeah. So either way, I wasn't thinking of a sex doll, but yes, I guess.
Look, if you want lifelike realism, you're going to have to shell out for a sex doll.
Okay, but it needs to be customized and look like Brick.
It has to have a permanent stupid look on its face, mouth breathing, come with retainers.
Yeah, I guess.
Brick, do you have?
Do I have any say to this? I don't. I could just X-nay this whole thing, right? Or does Ryan just want a sex doll version of me in his house?
Look, we're getting a lot of Patreons.
Yeah,
and that money's got to go for something.
And I don't think they'll be too upset about it, to be honest.
I think we would get more patrons if we told people what we were going to use that money for, and it was a Brick sex doll.
If you buy a lifelike Brick sex doll, we would get tons of patrons, actually. So go ahead. You know what? Make the campaign.
It would make the whole communication thing better, too, because we could talk to the sex doll and not have to just stare at the screen while you're talking, Brick.
I could rig up a speaker and put it where his mouth would be.
Perfect.
It'd be just like you never left.
I was going to say, you could. This is where you can hear my voice project out from the computer. But also, I was going to ask how gaping the mouth was going to be, and I'm very happy that you said a speaker.
Very gaping.
Extremely gaping. Maybe give it some teeth with braces too.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah,
original Brick.
School
I like it.
I do like how we did like this big farewell thing for you last episode, and we couldn't go one episode without you. Like you're a less pleasant form of herpes. You just don't go away.
I stick on forever. I'm like a leech.
And you burn when I pee.
That's probably something you should probably get checked out for real,
Is
though.
that what herpes does?
I don't know.
Does it just itch?
What is the one that looks like mushrooms? Is that
what? No.
Oh,
we're going to stop this conversation
genital
right
warts.
here.
Is that genital warts or is that like gonorrhea?
Mushrooms?
No,
What
gonorrhea.
are you talking about?
Like they look like cauliflower.
I'm really glad you're not a doctor. Jesus.
God.
So catch us up on Colorado, Brick. What's going on out there?
It's 69 degrees out here, so freaking nice. I'm a salad boy now. I've eaten like a bunch of salads, so I lost 30 pounds immediately.
I lost 30
Just kidding.
pounds.
Nope,
I had
still
this sick
fam.
tan. I got even more handsome.
No, it's actually like beautiful here, and I came at like the perfect time because opening day for the Rockies is actually like amazing in Denver. So I just went downtown and wandered by myself actually for a while because I met up with Basinich, my guy. He actually had tickets to the game, but they were like over $100 when it's usually like $5 to go to the game.
Makes
I think
sense.
I paid $7 when I went to Coors.
Exactly. So they went to the game and I just like wandered the streets by myself being Brick being a huge trader. So I went actually into this pub. It was called One Up Pub. Obviously I'm going in there because it's a little mini arcade. I did a lap around and I found this old school game called Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. And I was like, I got some time to burn.
You didn't know about that game?
I beat the game. Have you ever beaten it?
I don't think so. Wasn't Wubby talking about that? He was talking about us doing like a video recap or something.
Exactly, because that's what I did. I took a whole bunch of screen caps and videos, and I was like, I'm beating this game because everyone knows how ridiculous this game is, but the ending is just out of this world.
Wait, so you beat it?
I beat it. And I was like, I absolutely pun brutal intended. But I have some hilarious clips. I'm going to actually write a review and say this game is the game you need to play at any arcade you ever go to.
Instead of putting corners in it, does it make you show it your butthole?
Dude, no. And it gets his nipples hard too, actually.
Yeah.
But no, when you do put a quarter in there, because I grabbed $10, and so I was like, I'm beating this game, and I want to have extra coins so that someone can like walk past, and they'll be like, "What's this game?" And they just play it, like just goes in automatically. So I'm promptly, once you put a quarter in, it just goes wee hee, wee hee, wee hee. Like,
does that really happen?
I had to do it. Yeah, I had to do it the most times ever. What's 10 times more? 40 times. It did it 40 freaking times. Super loud at the bar.
That's the easiest math question ever. Have you smoked yourself stupid out there? Is that what's happening?
No, I have not even smoked once.
Dude,
I do not believe that whatsoever. Are you just saying that because you have to find a job?
No, they don't even care.
Okay, let me follow up with a question. Actually, let me follow up with a story and then a question. The story is, when did we learn that anything times 0 is 0? What do you think that was? First grade? Second grade?
Dude, I don't have any idea.
So, quick story. Basically,
third grade.
Basically, I didn't listen, of course, to the teacher telling us that anything times 0 is 0. And there was a whole quiz on things times 0. So the whole quiz was just 0 on every answer. And I answered, if it was like 1 times 0, I would put 1. And
Wow.
I'm like 2 times 0, put 2. But yeah, that's a classic story. Next question is, have you guys ever beat an arcade game?
Yeah, The Simpsons.
I just did.
I was more, you didn't beat that game, by the way.
The Simpsons?
No, I'm talking to Brick. There's no way.
I 100% did. I have
What
the
did it do
video
when you
footage
beat it?
behind it.
What was the ending credit thing when you beat it? Was there anything cool?
Yes. I'm going to write a review on this, and you're going to see the ending.
You're going to write a review.
Yeah, because I have I took like 20 Snapchats of just like the content of what's going on. Michael Jackson's going around saving little children and just dancing his way through all of his fucking enemies. It's hilarious.
That aged poorly.
Oh my God, so poorly, dude.
What was the final boss in Simpsons? That was like the big inflatable clown head or whatever, right? And you have to just whack it.
I think that's the final one, isn't it? Mr. Burns and Smithers? It's been a while. I don't remember off the top of my head.
How much do you think one of those costs?
The arcade cabinet?
They have the arcade.
Probably $2,000.
$400. You think that much?
Way
for
more than
Simpsons?
that.
I feel like that's a vintage, like exclusive arcade.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm totally I mean, I could just pull one up on eBay, I guess, but $400 seems really low.
Yeah,
I'm going to say $5,000. Pull it up. Pull that bitch up.
Yeah, $3,500, $3,000, $2,000. Yeah, so they're all over eBay, but they're definitely not $400.
Wow, that's tempting.
God, Brick, you're supposed to be the one that knows about video games.
I don't know the price of arcade games.
Well, then what do we even have you on the show for?
Remy, come here.
God, I can't wait till we have that sex doll instead of you.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be great.
There's other reasons why you want that sex doll.
I know. It won't be fidgeting the entire time.
We can just punch it in the face.
I mean, you can just do that with Brick. What else happened this week? Oh, I went to Texas and ate myself stupid with barbecue. That was good.
Did you just blow up like a balloon?
I blew up a toilet like a balloon. I did not destroy any toilets in Texas.
Yeah.
Hey, moving on up in the world. Good job.
Yeah, the problem with Texas is when you eat all that barbecue, it's just there's so much sodium and shit in it. It's so good, you'll eat an abundance of it, and once you're done, you just feel like shit. You can feel your pulse in your fingertips. It's just bad.
Listen to Mark trying to ruin barbecue. What kind of horseshit is this, dude?
Did you feel good after eating it?
Of course not, but I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I just said that.
That's why
he's just playing
12
on that haterade,
afterwards.
dude, because he can't eat any carbs.
I know. I'm going to drink this beer in front of him, and he's going to be crying on the inside.
Yeah, I haven't had a carb in 2 weeks.
You're such a bitch.
Actual factual bitch.
My favorite thing in Texas, though, is I first got there, we were going to go grab some lunch. The place we were eating at it was a gun store, because of course, and its logo was the state of Texas with biceps, flexing.
Nice.
And I was like, this is the most fucking Texas thing I've ever seen, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's a pure Texas moment right there.
I did not go into the gun store.
Was it a range? No.
I don't know. I didn't go in. I don't need a gun And also, if I bought a gun in Texas, I probably wouldn't be able to bring it here.
I was thinking more of like, have you ever been to a shooting range?
No.
Did you? Really?
I've never shot a gun.
Wow.
My dad was vehemently against that. My dad's a Vietnam vet, so he's very anti-gun.
Really?
Yeah. Though he tells me he still has a grenade that he brought back with him.
Oh, that seems safe.
Hey, I never found it. Trust me, I looked.
Oh, by the way, guess what movie I made Kelly watch yesterday?
Mandy?
The whole way through. No, Saving Private Ryan.
Why is that?
What? Yeah, that's amazing.
We're talking about guns, and it's...
No, I mean, like, she's like averse to that, or...
Well, if you bring your wife in to watch Saving Private Ryan, don't really give her background of how intense it is. Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
She's a nurse.
To watch
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't think that she'd be.
Yeah, but still, that opening scene, she was like, "Wow."
That's the only thing you really can say to the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan. You're just like, "What in the hell?" It's insane and super. Oh my god, so good though.
She also pointed out like 3 people that were in Saving Private Ryan that were also in Pearl Harbor. Your favorite movies,
Kelly? You're on my shit list now,
dude. What was it, Lieutenant Jackson or Sergeant Jackson, the sniper?
Yeah,
how badass is he, dude? He's the best.
Yeah,
dude. There's so many people in that movie. Vin Diesel's in there too, just like quietly.
Quietly,
he's going to be in the next Avatar films.
The deaths in that. What's his name? The guy from I always think of him from Ted. I got railroad bound.
Mark Wahlberg.
He's like, yeah, no, yeah. Fuck, what's
Giovanni Ribisi?
Ribisi. Yeah. He's in that. He has probably one of the most intense, sad death scenes of all time from any movie.
He's a big time Scientologist.
Dude, the fucking communicator. Well, the translator. He fucking is one of the worst characters of all time.
Oh, the coward guy?
The coward. Capital C.
He's a big coward. But I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan in a while, and I completely forgot he actually kills that guy at the end.
Full on kills the guy.
Spoilers,
by
bro.
being a coward.
A movie 20 years ago, 21 years ago.
98?
98. Yeah.
98.
So what did Kelly think, though? Did she actually like the movie?
She liked it a lot, yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's hard not to. I mean, I guess unless you're... Erica's mom doesn't like when people are mean to each other in movies.
Yeah.
So I guess she probably wouldn't like it.
Disney mom.
She found it really interesting because she didn't really know anything about World War II. Like, she didn't even know what sides different countries were on.
There were the Nazis.
Well, she knew we were against the Nazis, obviously, but she didn't know Italy was part of the Axis and all that.
The Axis of Evil was like one of the greatest names for villains of all time. The Axis of Evil against the Allied forces.
If I was like a wrestling tag team, that would be my my heel wrestling tag team. Speaking of which, we need to watch WrestleMania tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know anything that's going on prior to I know it's like the all women's final event, which is pretty dope. 2019.
Yeah, so that's Ronda Rousey. The last thing I think I watched was Royal Rumble. So no, I don't know shit, but I don't really care. I'll still watch it.
So I watched Royal Rumble too. I missed the last one because I don't know, something was going on. But Becky Lynch got in. This is her event from Royal Rumble.
Sick.
That's the only thing we know.
Great,
so
perfect.
Sick.
Oh, I also know that Brock Lesnar is going to be there. So
he only does WrestleMania, and that's the most brilliant thing in anyone's contract ever created.
He just do
WrestleMania.
Money out of the UFC and WWE by threatening to each other, like to go back to one. That's all he's doing, and it's fucking genius.
It is. And then he has that slime ball like Paul Heyman. I hate that. He is like the most hateable heel of all time. He's such a slime ball.
That's how you know it's good, though.
Exactly.
So should we talk some news? I have very sad news, actually. I was trying to get onto our soundboard earlier, and it looks like that website is just gone.
Damn.
No.
Yeah.
What?
503 error. I don't know if this is gone forever or what. I should probably just build one in-house. I don't really know. I'll figure that out, but that sucks.
Wait, so we don't have any of our awesome... It's the news.
I don't. But now I have that one.
Okay, sweet.
So I think probably the biggest news of the week was the Joker trailer dropping. And Mark, I'm just going to... Do you want to just ramble? Or are you just going to scroll through Instagram the entire time?
No,
dude, what a DC week, dude. Woo-wee.
I'll talk about it. Oh, right now?
Yes, right.
Shit.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Leave us in suspense.
To be honest, I really didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but I really liked it a lot. It's a different change of pace from typical superhero villain movies, trailers that we've seen in the past. And obviously, Scorsese's going to go a different direction with this one. And I think that's pretty obvious from this first trailer. And Joaquin Phoenix, holy fuck. Like that scene where he's bending over and it looks like he's tearing something or trying to bend something. My God.
Where he's shirtless?
Yeah, when he's shirtless and you just see his whole spine down his back. He just looks so creepy.
He does have the perfect build for this.
He does. And I also sent you that one snapshot of him when he's talking to Zazie Beetz in the diner. His facial profile, I don't think I've ever seen anyone in this Joker role without makeup on look like he looks like the Joker.
Yeah.
Like his face is super skinny. He just has that look to him. So I'm very excited for this one. I think a lot of people are. We actually had the most engagement on, I think, any post right now on Instagram just from me reposting this trailer. Like it wasn't a real in-depth post. I just reposted the trailer, but I think a lot of people are pumped up to see where this one goes.
So, Mark, you know more about Batman than any of us, and especially probably the Joker. Do you think that they're kind of making an error by showing an actual origin story for the Joker? Because the whole thing is like, you don't really know who he is. He has a ton of different origin stories. So this one's going to be, locked in film. Heath Ledger never had one. I guess technically Jack Nicholson did.
He did have one. Yeah.
I struggle with that because he was already a developed character. And in this, supposedly you're going to see Joaquin Phoenix go from starting as a normal person and then just be a full-on psycho by the end.
Yeah. Not talking about the movies, you actually have to reference the comics because you're right. There really is no true origin story for the Joker. We have Brian Boland's not the man who laughs. Why can't I think about it?
Is this the Killing Joke? Where
the Killing Joke. Thank you. Wow, Brick just got it before.
Wow, I guess Brick knows more about Batman than Mark does now.
Factual.
But yeah, even in that comic, I think that's the closest you'll get to a Joker's origin story. And still in that, there's dialogue basically saying it may have been like this, it may have not. They don't make it really clear.
What's his name going to be in the movie? Is it going to be Jack Napier?
They do it. It's Arthur Fleck.
Okay.
Fleck.
I totally ignored that.
Yeah. Are they going to reverse engineer Batman from this? Like, let's say they're going to do a Joker's origin story, and then maybe they come out with like a Riddler origin story, and then kind of once they kind of all become supervillains, maybe create a Batman?
That's a good question because, we're supposed to get a Black Adam movie. So, and that would be The Rock. I guess they could just do a bunch of villain origin stories. And they did loosely reference Black Adam at the end of Shazam, which we'll get into later. But
because that would be pretty ballin', actually, if they reverse engineered a Batman. Because starting off with all the villains, kind of like what they're doing with what I want them to do with Spider-Man, is have all these villains kind of come up with Venom and Carnage. And
we're going to get Morbius. We saw the first look of the shot from the movie this week for your boyfriend Jared Leto, Mark. I think he looks dumb.
It was literally just Jared Leto in a hoodie.
Yeah. But that's what Jared Leto does. He thinks that everything he does is so artistic, and it's just, dude, you're just fucking standing in a crowd of people on a street.
Yeah,
such a douchebag.
Yeah. So back to the trailer. Joker is going to be named Arthur Fleck, and a lot of people are speculating they named it that because of Ben Affleck.
That's dumb.
Everyone's trying to piece it together because usually the name that everyone's familiar with is Jack Napier, which isn't even confirmed as Joker's real name, but they've used it plenty of times.
Yeah.
But people are thinking that it may have been a call out to Affleck, but who knows? And then also speaking on the villains, I'm really excited to see Victor Zsasz in Birds of Prey. That's one villain I'd like to see portrayed. And
do we know who's playing him? It's too bad they used Mark Strong because he's a perfect bald guy.
Yeah, this guy's not going to be bald. He's going to have dyed blonde hair. It's actually kind of true based on the comics. Victor Zsasz usually is bald, but he does in some comic book.
He'll probably end up bald by
stories.
The end of it. Yeah. He's going to need more room to put scars on his head.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that, and we have Suicide Squad 2 coming out, and it's been confirmed that we're not going to have a Deadshot either.
So that's part of the news is that Idris Elba is going to play someone other than Deadshot. So I was hoping you could kind of go on a tangent and take some guesses, or maybe even tell me who you'd want him to play.
Wow, Mark Takeover, I like it. DC. This is a DC strong episode. Let's go, Mark. Bring it home.
Sorry about that. Sometimes my dog just wants to run upstairs. And he's a Grumbledumpus who I can't leave alone yet because he destroys things. So
who will he be as a Batman?
It doesn't have to be a guess. Who do you want him to be? Clock King?
No, I think. Are you familiar with Sportsmaster? He wears like that hockey mask.
Oh, so he's black and he's got to be a sports guy. I get it.
Yeah.
Racist.
I said hockey mask, dude. God.
Oh, so now black guys can't play hockey. Wow, Mark.
It's not what I said, dude. But Sportsmaster has been brought up a bunch of times in Young Justice, which is the animated show from DC. He's basically Artemis's dad, which is like the female Green Arrow. He'd be cool.
Brick, does DC have the lamest supervillain names ever? Because, I mean, we already had Ocean Master.
Oh my god, dude! I honestly could not even get over Ocean Master. That's so trash.
I'm just excited that Idris Elba's in it. We need more big name stuff. I guess James Gunn is for sure going to be doing this, which is interesting because how many people have moved between Marvel and DC? Because this is Idris Elba doing that. He was Heimdall in the Thor movies.
Our boy Zachary Levi actually did.
Who was he in the Marvel universe?
He was one of Thor's like Goonies that got murdered.
Yep, I remember that now. Can we talk about how he just looks like a Jack Jimmy Fallon?
You think so?
Yeah, and especially with his dumb surprise face. It's like every time somebody says something to Jimmy Fallon and he dies laughing for no reason.
Do you hate Jimmy Fallon?
Not really.
Do you hate Jimmy Fallon?
No, I don't hate him. He's mostly funny, but you know that he laughs at everything.
There are a lot of people in Hollywood that hate Jimmy Fallon.
Why?
I've heard. I can't think of specific names, but I've heard a bunch of times.
He seems like the nicest person ever.
I know. I don't know. Maybe he's just a dick.
Okay. Talk about a digression. We had another trailer this week, which I'm personally pretty excited about. It's called The Dead Don't Die. And this is Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Steve Buscemi, Selena Gomez. Yeah. Just a weird cast, but an all-star cast, really.
Dude, I'm looking forward to all this dry humor that they brought. And also, like, Bill Murray hasn't starred in a comedy since like 2014 with like the Moonrise Kingdom was like 2009. What was it? The Budapest Hotel. And like, that's kind of, what was it? Who does those? What are those movies? Who directs those?
Wes Anderson
films. Yeah. So there's like that's his own kind of dry sense of humor type of like brand, but he hasn't really done like a major comedy in a long time. And I think this is going to be bringing it back, and I'm pumped for some old school Bill Murray.
And it's his specialty because it's super deadpan. It looks like it's going to be great. I'm very excited. And Adam Driver, I mean, he's almost as good as anybody doing it right now.
Also, Mark, hilarious meme you brought up into our group chat that Adam Driver looks like someone who tried to draw Keanu Reeves from memory.
It's so such true. A specific burn.
It's good.
It's so true, though. When you look at it, you're like, wow, that's very true.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, let's talk news proper, though. Did you guys see who's going to voice the new Chucky doll in Child's Play reboot?
Mark Hamill.
Is he?
He's a pretty good Joker, right? So he has the voice acting chops. He does a ton of voice acting. He's not personally my favorite Joker. Mark, I'm assuming you're going to disagree with that.
Yours is Jared Leto? No,
it's definitely not Jared Leto. It's actually Joaquin Phoenix. No, my favorite voice actor is John DiMaggio when he did the Joker in Under the Red Hood.
Oh.
And he beat the shit out of Jason Todd.
I feel like the whole DC community will want to kill you.
I don't
for saying that.
Care. The DC community is like 4 people.
Sucker dicks, dude.
You all suck. And you try to make us think that Shazam was an awesome movie.
It was awesome. And we'll talk about it.
Smithers coming in hot as
just
fuck.
A hater.
Netflix has renewed Umbrella Academy for season 2. I love this show. And
did you love the show, or was it tolerable?
No, I thought it was really good. I actually watched it twice.
Would you binge it or stream it?
You watched it twice?
Yeah, I did. I was on a plane and I unintentionally watched it twice. I didn't have anything else downloaded on my phone, so I just watched it again.
Okay.
But it's really good, and they kind of look the same as Zach Levi, the guy who just has a giant upper body for no apparent reason.
He's got big legs.
Binge it, stream it, or skip it. Obviously not skip it.
I would say binge it. I thought it was really good.
Wow.
It's just that right mixture of weird and serious, which also Doom Patrol hit that, and I'll talk about that more in recommendations, but I finally got into it. So
Yeah.
spoilers for that.
We still on news?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to interject with an Apex thing eventually, whenever you get a chance.
Just say, oh, hey. Oh, hey, did you see?
Rumor has it that Apex for this new season is going to be bringing dragons into the frame. And I was like, that's like freaking absolutely ridiculous. But then the first thing that popped in my brain was, Fortnite had Thanos in their game. Are they doing the ultimate release of dropping dragons when motherfucking Game of Thrones comes out? Is this just some high brick like speculation wildly, or would that be the best marketing move of all time?
Hold up, aren't there weird Loch Ness monsters or dragon type things in the sea?
Yeah, they're just in the background though. Like they're not actually doing anything.
But for that fact, don't you think, Brick, there's a good chance this might actually happen?
Yes, absolutely. There's like things that have leaked on the internet, which is, that's always factual, but they have like a bunch of like dragons in like the season 1 original picture. And then they have some different sketches and designs that have come out. But if they do this, if they do it right and they release dragons on Game of Thrones opening weekend, that would be the most epic.
That would be really quick for a season 2 thing though, because season 1 just came out.
Yeah, but the game just came out like in February. And then they came out with season 1 a month later.
I don't know. There's all kind of nerds just like going through the source code in Apex trying to figure this out. But that would be powerful marketing, almost like the Bud Light commercial in the Super Bowl.
Yes, agreed. Can we do like a Game of Thrones little recap every episode? Because this is kind of one of those things that
I think we're going to have to. Maybe that's what we'll do on the Patreon.
Yeah, I think doing some bonus episodes and recapping Game of Thrones would be an awesome idea to post exclusive content.
So it'd be like me and you and the sex doll?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Get those hot takes from Sexy Brick. God damn it.
You're not invited. Wait a minute. Who said it was going to be sexy?
Well, no,
he's just a sex doll.
Sex doll. Yeah, that he's the sexy Brick. And that would be regular Brick, I guess.
The funny thing is you probably think we're joking, but immediately after this episode, I'm going to go see what the internet has and try to find something similar.
So send us those Patreon dollars.
I cannot wait for this giant brick sex doll to show up at your place and tell you to open it and be like, what the fuck is this, dude?
And we'll add a tier to Patreon.
Yeah.
That like, if you give us $1,000, we'll let you fuck the brick sex doll. Okay, where were we? I'm just picturing somebody bending over your sex doll and going to town on it. Oh, Jesus.
Grum Through the Night would have to be played on repeat.
Okay. Oh, fuck. We have some more casting news. The rumors are that Kumail Nanjiani and Angelina Jolie are going to be starring in Marvel's upcoming Eternals movie. And
Tell me about Eternals. What is that shit?
So it's more Marvel cosmic. Think Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that
with Silver Surfer and all that jazz?
That's cosmic technically, but I don't imagine that Silver Surfer would be in this.
Okay.
It could now since the merger closed, but I don't see that happening. This is more like, what do they call it in DC? The movie that they're making as well, like the ancient space
Waste
people.
Waste of time.
Barda. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
I'm just
New Gods.
Oh, okay.
The other news on that though in casting was that David Harbour is supposed to be in the Marvel's Black Widow solo flick. So both of these are slated to start shooting at the end of this year, and I think they're going to be the next movies technically that we get after Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home.
What else has David Harbour been in besides Stranger Things as Hopper?
Well, Hellboy comes out on Friday, and he's Hellboy.
Oh, so is he just like making mad moves right now, just like blowing up all of a sudden?
It definitely seems that way. I love him. I think he's a great actor.
No, he is great.
He's a great guy.
IMDb.
All that
he was
shit
in the
he would do on
for a
Twitter.
few episodes.
Yeah, he was like, give me this many retweets and I'll take you to prom or whatever. And didn't he do something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Maybe it wasn't prom, but he showed up somewhere.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
He was, yeah, he is. He's Green Hornet. End of Watch was actually good. Okay, he's been in some things. But this is kind of, he's exploding onto the scene for sure. Because you said David Harbour, and I was like, who was that again? And if you equate it to like Jim Hopper, then it all makes sense.
Did you say Green Hornet?
He was in Green Hornet. Yeah, I'm looking at his IMDb right now.
Wasn't that Seth
Green
Rogen?
Hornet?
It was.
Jackie Chan?
He wasn't Green Hornet, but he was in the movie, and it definitely was not Jackie Chan.
Oh, Jet Li? Was it Jet Li?
Jesus, Mark just coming in with the racist takes today.
Come on, dude.
Not every Asian person is Jackie Chan.
It's Jet Li. Come on.
I don't think it's Jet Li either.
Who is it? Tell me. Oh my God.
I gotta pull this up now.
Am I fucking up right now? It's
Jay
Jet Li.
Chu.
No.
Yep. Mark is just
awkward silence.
Jesus.
All right, that was a fail.
Yeah, a little bit.
I swear I thought it was Jet Li.
I'm scared to talk about the next news story because it's relatively related to Asians, but we have our Spike Spiegel for Cowboy Bebop, and it's going to be John Cho.
That's a great pick.
He was the star of one of my favorite movies of 2018, Searching. So he's obviously a great actor. I don't know how good he's going to be at Jeet Kune Do. There's a lot of martial arts in Cowboy Bebop, but
he was in one of my favorite scenes in American Pie 2 when he's peeing off the balcony onto Stifler's head.
That's a very specific scene, but
yeah, I don't know how I feel about anything live action Cowboy Bebop, Smithers.
Netflix is all over these, though. All these live action reboots, it's going to be hard to do in a bunch of like space stuff.
The only thing that truly matters and they have to get right is the fucking green hair. If they fuck up the green hair and it's not absurdly big.
That's not the only thing that they
well,
have to
he needs the slim purple suit.
Yep.
The yellow. They need to make it exactly to what it is in the anime.
He has to move like a really cool person at all times and just be ripping cigs.
His pants need to be pulled up super high so his legs look really long, like shit
really
like
skinny cut. Yeah.
Yep.
They need to have Ein, the dog, the corgi.
Absolutely.
And I don't know who's going to play Ed yet, but that'll be an interesting casting. I would say like Millie Bobby Brown would be perfect for that.
That would be good, yeah.
Huh. Probably because that's the only young actress I can think of off the top of my head, but maybe Chloe Grace Moretz.
She's actually like getting old now.
I know. She's like 22 probably now.
Really? No, she's interesting. Okay.
Oh, I don't know how fucking old she is, but we got the rest of the cast too. Like Jet is going to be Mustafa Shakir, who was in Luke Cage. Daniela Panetta is going to play, what's her name? How did I totally just blank on that name?
We're fart faces today.
For real. My brain just is not working. Faye Valentine. Sorry.
Faye, yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm excited for this, though. I mean, Netflix is throwing money hand over fist at this shit. And I think that they know...
my price to $12.
Were you going to cancel your subscription? Or is the person whose password you stole going to cancel their subscription?
No, the person whose password I stole definitely will continue to pay it.
I think this is going to be good. I'm ever the optimist on this sort of thing, which is very odd for me, but they know I think that this is sacred ground for anime, and I don't think that they're going to fuck this up.
I need One Punch Man live action immediately.
How much do you love that show?
Who plays One
Punch Man? Ooh, good question.
Mark Strong. The Rock.
He's a great ball person, but it needs to be someone like super skinny, or not skinny, but like just a regular dude.
Who's a bald regular dude? Jesse Eisenberg from
I was going to say
Superman?
bald.
He's Lex Luthor.
Bryan Cranston.
No, he's too old.
Oh, fuck.
Fine.
You're just thinking of bald dudes now.
Do like John Krasinski and make him shave his head.
Oh, he would look so weird as a bald guy.
That'd be so... Exactly. You need him to look weird as fuck.
Shave his eyebrows and shit, too.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be our dumb question for next week. Who would look the dumbest with a shaved head?
All right. That's actually not a bad...
Jason Statham would be a good one.
He's got the martial arts.
He's too old.
I guess you don't really need to know martial arts to be One Punch Man, but...
Back to Cowboy Bebop. So the one main villain, you think Vicious will be in it?
Yeah, they will. They cast him.
Really?
Alex Hassel is going to play Vicious. You have to.
Who is that guy? Can you show me a picture?
This dude.
Oh. Huh.
I don't know what he's been in. I guess I could look that up.
Damn. Yeah, Brick, after you're done with One Punch Man, you have to watch Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop is better.
Way better.
I'm already done with One Punch Man. I grinded through that. There's only like 10 episodes or 12 episodes. It was great.
I don't recognize anything that this guy's been in. So this is where I would normally play a drop, but this fucking website still isn't working.
What's the drop again?
Best Man Alive.
Okay, yeah. Best man. She's the worst. You're the fucking worst. Whatever. That's it. Peace.
Nailed it. All right, Brick, you got one for me, right?
I have a worst system alive, and it's my Xbox because I think it died. RIP, my Xbox. It lasted a long time, but now it's dead. Won't turn
probably
on.
Just got sick of you getting murdered in Apex, and it was like, I can't take this anymore. I'm not long for this world.
No, it just didn't make the trip across the country. I guess didn't work out too well.
Does Xbox do anything weird with it? You remember the red rings of death, Brick?
Of course.
Do they have like a red light of death now for the Xbox One? Or did it just shut off and die?
No, but just like won't turn on. It just like gives a faint little beep. And I'm like, oh, you're just dead. You're just dead.
So it's just like beep, beep.
Yeah, like,
it
really wants to. It wants to turn on, but it just doesn't have the strength.
How furious were you when it just wouldn't turn on?
Well, I just found out literally right before I turned this on. So
very
sad
furious
day.
is what you're saying.
So sad day. Yeah, you can tell I'm thoroughly angry.
How was the drive out to Colorado, by the way?
Very, very easy. We can edit this
asshole
out,
driver Matt Bricketto.
I am the biggest piece of shit of all time because it turns out that my iPad fits perfectly where my speedometer goes.
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me?
Oopsie, Veep season 1, season 2 on the way there.
Dude.
I just appeared in Colorado. I was like, oh, there's
my
Mountain
worst man
Sick.
alive
This is
you.
where I stop off. Yeah, that is a new edit. Yeah, worst man alive is me / best man alive for hacking the system.
That is not hacking the system. That's just being an asshole.
I could be in like a self-driving Tesla and I still wouldn't do that shit.
As I said, we could edit that out, but I don't care.
All right, Mark, do you have a best man alive?
Yeah, it's this guy from Texas, actually from Houston. So
maybe I ran into him last week.
You were just there. Humble brag, right? Houston's great.
That's a brag. Yeah, I was in Texas.
Houston
swag. All their logos have biceps.
The guy's name is Vincent Browning. So he, I guess, is the best man alive, but this is all based off of his 1,000 pound, what is this animal? It's a fucking bull, but it's an African Watusi bull. And this thing is 1,000 pounds. And this all started, Petco released a statement saying that all leash pets are welcome. And it was their new policy. And so this guy went to Petco with his 1,000 pound bull. And this is a bull with those fucking gigantic horns. It's literally like the University of Texas logo. Like, no joke. And this bull walks into Petco and Petco was welcoming. Everyone's taking pictures with this gigantic bull. And if you go watch this online, I definitely recommend it because this bull graciously, it's Petco's entrance. The doors like slid open, automatically. And the horns literally couldn't fit in. So the bull kind of tweaks its head a little bit to kind of just gently maneuver its way into Petco. And it's awesome. But
Gentle Giants.
Shout out to actually Best Company Alive. I love Petco. I take Moose there, and the people there are always helpful because he's the biggest asshole when he gets his nails trimmed. He won't let them do it.
He's the biggest asshole everywhere, dude. He's
true.
He's the dog version of you.
True. But Petco is a great establishment if you want to bring your pets there and get grooming, whatever. Definitely respect that place. And then shout out to this guy and his 1,000 pound African Watusi bull.
All right, I've got 2 best men alive and 1 worst man alive. These 2 guys in Arkansas have been arrested on suspicion of aggravated assault because police said they took turns shooting each other while they were wearing bulletproof vests.
I saw this story.
So these 2 are my best men alive because they're out here working on population control. The worst man alive is the police officer that arrested them. Because sometimes you got to let Darwin take his course here and survival of the fittest. These guys clearly should have killed each other, right?
Did they, though?
No, they didn't. Now they're going to jail, and we're going to have to, as taxpayers, support them for the rest of their lives, probably, because they're fucking stupid.
How many times did they shoot each other?
I don't know. It was only a 22 caliber rifle, so really
just
small.
22?
But the thing about bulletproof vests is, and I think this is true, if they get shot once, they're not good anymore. Like the integrity of the Kevlar is not good anymore. So they would have eventually killed each other.
Classic.
Dumb idiots. Wow.
Yeah, but why don't you just let them keep going?
Exactly. Let's see how this one plays out. They just park up next to the cop car, just sit there, watch these 2 idiots shoot each other.
The cop watches,
and
make sure that there's no ricochets, there's no other people around that can catch, crossfire or whatever. Just let them go at it, man. I thought this was America.
Can you imagine the backlash of you sitting there as cops, you have that vest cam on, just seeing these 2 idiots shoot each other back and forth, and then you're just cracking jokes with the cop next to you, and then they actually shoot each other in the head or something on accident. You're like, oh shit, and just running over there. The paperwork will be brutal.
I don't know. I think I just made a pretty strong case for letting them shoot each other to death.
Tax dollars.
Yeah. So you need to
and
bring that
getting
up
them out of the gene pool.
Yeah. Where were these people from? Where did
Arkansas.
this take place? Arkansas? Shit.
You know this wasn't going to be north of the Mason-Dixon line,
Shit.
right?
Arkansas is crazy, dog.
I shouldn't say that because people in Illinois probably do the same shit, but a couple of best men alive and one worst man alive. So, Mark, it's your time to shine. Let's talk about Shazam.
Ooh.
I was gonna say it's a good transition because he was shooting himself in the movie and
That
to
was
see
a
his powers,
funny
which is pretty
fucking
cool.
scene as well.
It was okay. So currently at 91% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, 90% from fans.
Wow.
Yeah, that's real high, right?
No, it's fine.
This is directed by a guy named something.
Oh, are you just going to shit on this movie the whole time, dude? Because it's not
I'm
Captain
trying to-
Marvel?
Oh, David. It's directed by a guy named David F. Sandberg. I don't know anything else that he's done.
Is he stupid? Is he a stupid idiot too?
I don't know,
For
Mark.
crea-
Is he? You
for
probably would
directing
say
this
that if
movie?
he was Asian or something because you hate those people.
God.
He did Annabelle Creation. That was it.
So nothing good.
I
Got
mean, a
it.
bunch of other shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't James Wan do Annabelle?
He's the producer.
Oh.
It's like he did the originals and they spun that off. So this is starring Zachary Levi and Mark Strong and a couple of kids and Jimon Hansu, who's been in a lot of movies lately. He was in Captain Marvel too. Good for him. He's in both Captain Marvels.
He's in Thor?
No, he was in Guardians.
Wait, wasn't in Thor?
No.
Who was Zachary Levi?
Oh, no, he wasn't. Yeah.
Jimon Hansu.
Oh, okay.
The gay... Oh, that's Idris Elba. Yeah. Okay.
Jesus. Now all black people look the same.
Dude,
You're really,
shut up.
You're
God
really in a
damn it.
fucking
Mark.
roll today, Mark.
God damn it.
Mark, you're a real piece of shit. It's unbelievable.
So I actually saw this morning, so I don't have a ton of notes on it. I'm still kind of digesting it.
Wow, woefully unprepared.
I
Super
really am.
unprofessional.
So
Not
this
that we
movie
never
had
classify our podcast as professional.
This movie had a $100 million budget. It won't have any problems making it back. I don't think that this is going to do the Aquaman thing where it crosses $1 billion.
I don't think so either.
But on pace currently this weekend for about $70 million, which is a very strong opening. Only really open to get against Pet Sematary. I don't know. There's not much crossover there. But I don't know about you guys. My theater was full, and it was full of young kids.
Mine wasn't. I think it depends on the theater. Village Crossing Theater, is that where you went?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go there obviously because I lived in Skokie, and that has a bunch of kids that just hang out at that mall in general. Yeah, you probably...
I should clarify, though. When I say kids, I mean toddlers.
Yeah.
Like, this is a PG-13 movie. There's some, I guess, for a toddler at least, that would be a little bit scary. Like a woman who just evaporates into nothing and scary monsters and shit.
Yeah, and the scene where he's in his dad's office.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really fucked up.
That monster bit that dude's head off.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was cool, but I guess that leads me into my next question, Mark, is how was the jackness and the murder, you sick fuck?
I mean, Zachary Levi's upper body is...
That's all the suit.
You think he's wearing a muscle suit?
He's in shape, don't get me wrong.
No,
but
he's definitely
clearly
wearing a
that
muscle
suit is fake muscles.
He's wearing a muscle suit, absolutely.
Maybe we get a fuck doll of him, too.
We have a lot of jackness, especially towards the end where I'll just say the team assembles, but no spoilers.
I'd say that's pretty spoilery, but
Yeah.
go ahead. What did you think about the actors in this?
I really like Mark Strong. I thought he did a great job. as
He's great
villain.
in everything.
And I actually was intrigued by the villain this time, unlike Captain Marvel, where I could give two shits.
Or Aquaman, where it's like Ocean Master.
Yeah, I would agree. Yes, Mark Strong as Dr. Savannah was better than Ocean Master.
What do you think of the 7 Deadly Sins? Did they do a good job capturing those?
I think they did a good job. I just think they kind of let up on the CGI a little bit. At times it looked a little shitty.
Typical DC.
I think they could have done better with that. They also love to have these like DC telling origin stories through like 3D embers of like the Greek gods. They do that in every fucking DC movie. Justice League, Wonder Woman, this movie.
I mean, that is...
They love that shit.
Yeah, and that is kind of like the DC background, though. Most of it is related to ancient mythology.
Yeah, but it's all like, it's always in embers or some sort of like ridiculous concept of how they bring it together. But that's just like, DC's MO.
But if you're referencing Shazam's powers being from all the Greek gods, essentially, they stuck true to the original Shazam at the time it was Captain Marvel, created by Wiz Comics. So it technically wasn't DC when this character was created.
How much do you actually know about this character from the comics? Has Shazam ever been on the full list?
I know very little about this character, to be honest.
I think the most I've ever seen him is in some of the animated stuff, where it's just like Billy Batson as a kid. There's no background. He's a tertiary character at best.
Exactly. To your point, yes, a lot of the animated DC films, especially the ones centered around the Justice League, that's primarily where I know him from. And in those movies or shows or whatever, in a lot of the DC animated films, Billy Batson is stuck. He doesn't switch back anymore. They pretty much kept him as Shazam, the big Shazam. He's not really Billy Batson, but Billy Batson is in him, but he never switches back to the kid anymore.
Why would you ever switch back?
I know. There is an advantage to switching back, and they portrayed it pretty well in the movie.
You're running like a coward, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. And
he's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid with superpowers.
Who just got him. They made sense that he was going to be a coward.
He's a wizard, Harry.
He is definitely a wizard.
So I like a hero that's a little rough around the edges, and I think that's what differentiates him from Superman or Captain Marvel, because he has all the powers to be a super badass and super awesome, but he's just a kid at heart, and he's like exploiting his powers for, money and using his powers for like self-gain, and like the way his foster family and like the way that it grew throughout the whole entire movie got me at the end. And I think, I got the feels from the way the family kind of came together. And I think it was just really well written, in my opinion, and much better than usual, DC trash. But like,
eat shit, Mark.
You gotta love a good boardroom scene too. When he was in the boardroom talking to his like dad, who's a piece of shit. The first thing I thought of was that Dogma scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Savannah.
Yes. Yeah. But Dogma, that's the first thing that came to mind. I was like, amazing. I just love a good boardroom just getting their own, But like even the mini characters, like the bullies, they get their comeuppance in like good ways, in my opinion. I really like overall like how they showed him exploring his powers and stuff. Like the build up of the movie was good. It was, my expectations were this is going to be a DC like flop pretty early on.
It was going to drag. That was my one concern.
And then I thought it was going to drag too, but then at the end it really it ramped up, and they did some really good things. I think this is a really good universe to explore for them moving forward.
So you're excited to see a Black Adam starring The Rock?
Absolutely.
Is that just because of The Rock?
Yeah, absolutely. But also this movie was dope too.
Yeah, and supposedly that won't happen until they're talking Shazam 3, because I think after watching the post-credits scenes, we're not going to see Black Adam in Shazam 2.
Okay.
We can talk about that a little bit more. Brick, I do agree. My concern was that it was going to be a DC dragger, and I don't think it really did at all. I enjoyed the whole chemistry between the family and Billy Batson moving in. And by the way, the dad, I think his name was Victor. You found, if there's ever a live action Moana, it's that guy, 100%.
Sick.
That's so true. The dad was awesome. He was so like, he was a perfect foster dad.
Yeah.
Or Gibraltar, for sure.
And the other kids within the foster home, I thought brought a lot of the levity to the story as well. The Asian kid that was big into computers and gaming and all that stuff, he was hilarious. I loved the little girl. I thought she was great, and how she can't hold a secret. And of course, she's one of the first people to know that Billy Batson can turn into Shazam. There was just certain things that I really enjoyed watching throughout this. And I thought this was one of the better villains in the DC universe, and actually villains in all of superhero movies that we've seen recently. And I thought the ending whole sequence of the action and the battles and everything, it was great. It wasn't like Justice League where it ended within 3 minutes and it was the dumbest thing in the world.
There was actual conflict.
There was conflict. It made sense. And they brought new characters to light as well, which was really cool. And it kept you engaged throughout the whole thing. So I truly enjoyed this movie. We'll get into ratings, but I'll let you go ahead, Smithers.
I actually enjoyed it as well, but I do have to take you down a peg because it was by no means perfect.
Oh, I don't think it was. I had issues with it as well.
I would rate this as a top tier DC movie up there with Wonder Woman for sure.
Yeah, but that's really low bar to clear.
No, it wasn't. Wonder Woman was awesome.
No, I mean like the rest of the DC movies.
Okay, yeah.
I thought that this would be funnier, frankly, and they ruined a lot of the jokes in the trailers, which is, it's fine. You got to get people to come see your movie, but they build it almost as a comedy-esque type thing, and I don't think it really delivered from that angle.
I have to disagree a little bit. Even the scenes that were in the trailers, the way they led up to them, they didn't give it away. Like the first scene where he buys beer, that's a hilarious scenario to be in. The way they built it up and kind of how it just like, he's like, what should we do? And then just jumped right to him just standing in line asking for beer. I think they did a very good job with how they filmed it and how they led into it in the story. And there were parts like the strip club. I thought that was genius. Like that's
how everyone's first strip club experience
There's
goes.
glitter on me and shit like that. I thought
that was funny.
I thought there was a lot of funny scenes. I somewhat agree. Yes, there was a lot of the funny stuff was in the trailer, but I don't think it
some hidden gems
gave away
for sure.
everything. Yeah,
the smart ass kid was pretty funny.
Yeah,
but the other thing is I didn't like the action, I guess, as much as you did. It just kind of seemed like they quit on the big budget stuff. You know, is that fair?
I had more of an issue with the CGI, especially
it wasn't great.
The scene in Dr. Savannah's dad's office, and that's one of the most intense scenes in the whole movie and most gruesome scenes. I thought they were kind of lacking, and that was one of the first. That was the first scene, I believe, where we really get a good look at the 7 deadly sins
and him with his powers.
Yeah, and you should make sure all your budgeting for CGI is top notch and goes into that scene and makes it look the best as it can. And I didn't think they looked that great.
It wouldn't be a DC movie if there weren't giant gray monsters.
Yeah,
that's the villain
Doomsday,
in everything.
Yeah,
but the other thing I wanted to say is that the production value as a whole, and I think they did this on purpose, so maybe it's not necessarily a bad thing, but they used a lot of slow motion and stuff like it. It was like they almost wanted it to be campy, like an old school superhero movie. And I just didn't. I guess I didn't get it, or I didn't appreciate it the way that it's anticipated.
Can you think of a specific moment, like when he's testing his super strength, like when he's punching the beam and stuff, like when they kind of slowed that down?
There was one that was really jarring, and it was when it's in the final battle where Mark Strong is trying to drown Billy Batson, and he finally comes up, and it took me out of it.
Okay.
But that said, if I was going to rate this, I would say it's worth going to see in a theater.
I agree. I think it's a see it as well.
See it.
All right, let's talk some spoilers now. I'll mark this time in the show notes. Brick, shut your dog up.
Should get it a sex doll to play with.
Is he even listening?
Brick, you here? You live? Dude, what happened?
I muted myself because Mac is doing a Mac attack.
Oh, it's Starkey's dog. Spoilers from here on out. Mark, talk about the showdown and these other characters that we get at the end, because I don't know shit about them.
I don't know much about them as well. I knew they existed in the whole Shazam universe, but it's Shazam's foster family that he's living with. They turn into, we get the scene where they grab the shaft and they all turn into what is their Shazam.
So do they have this set like the same powers? Are they all just as powerful as Shazam? Because that's kind of a world breaker.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I think they have somewhat of the same powers, but some of their powers are more
refined.
Yeah, refined.
Specific, probably. Like Darla was super speed.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
The guy was strength. Like the Eugene was strength. Not sure what Freddy was. Freddy was the perfect compliment actor though. AKA
100%.
Steph from the OC. What's his name?
I don't know his name, but I saw
Adam
him and I was
Brody.
like, oh yeah, that's the perfect casting for that.
Adam Brody.
Absolutely.
I was about to go rewatch it with Kelly just for that scene with Adam Brody. I thought that was hilarious. The guy from the OC just showing up.
The guy from the OC. That's such
casting.
a great. It was a perfect cast. Perfect cast.
And it looked like him too. They did a really good job at making the adult Shazam characters look like their younger selves.
Yeah. Brick, you didn't really get a chance to talk about the comedy in this. Do you think it was on par with, say, a Thor Ragnarok or something like that?
I think Thor Ragnarok probably sets the standard for superhero movie comedies, so it wasn't
that's
up
too
there.
Funny. Let's go less funny then. Say the comedy in Infinity War.
Iron Man, maybe.
Sure.
Like Iron Man, it has some funny quibs, but it wasn't like that's supposed to be an action movie and a good origin story. This one, I think, complemented the feels as well as like they mixed in comedy just enough. I wish there was a little bit more comedy because they did have some moments, but I think they didn't do a bad job with the comedy by any means.
So it sounds like you guys liked Freddy.
Yeah.
Jack
He was good.
Dylan
Yeah,
Grazer.
Freddy was good.
Yeah. He's from It.
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which kid
Yeah.
is he?
He's the smart.
loudmouth
He's the little.
kid?
He's the kid who's the smart ass. Obviously, he's like doing all the your mom jokes and stuff.
Mhm.
That was Finn Wolfhard.
No.
Oh shit! No, he was the nerdy guy with the inhaler, and his mom was a bitch, a big
But
fat bitch.
he still talked back a lot. He was still.
He was the scaredy cat. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't recognize him from that, but
You know who's also in it? Ian Chen, who's Eugene, the little kid, the gamer.
Yep.
His grown-up Shazam self is one of the guys in 13 Reasons Why. I was like, I know that guy from somewhere. Where's he from?
that's a really specific
Oh my
pull.
god!
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it is.
super specific, but I had to throw it out there.
I didn't really care about the Billy Batson finding his mom thing, and also she obviously left him. Like, why are you still searching for this bitch? She's clearly a terrible person. I don't know. That whole scene where he's a kid and she just lets go of his hand and he's gone.
Yeah.
I didn't really get that. I mean, I understand it's just like it seemed dumb.
I think him coming to the realization of that was a powerful moment. Now, I didn't like. I knew. Yeah, we all knew the mom was kind of a piece of shit, but I think when he comes to realize that she just would left him, like his whole world kind of changes, and I thought that was kind of a heavy moment in the movie.
Yeah, but that resonates more with you because your parents don't love you.
Nice. Yep. No comment to that. I don't know. Whatever.
No, it seemed really dumb at the time because they wanted to lead you to think that she just lost him.
Yeah.
And thinking that through the first half of the movie, you're just like, there's no way. If this is true, if she really just lost her son. But yeah, you figure that she's just a piece of shit, which she is.
I honestly forgot that he was searching for his mom because that happened in the very beginning. And then they're like, yeah, she's just no more names in the list. And then I forgot, and I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna wrap that up. I just like forgot about it, honestly. But then once you go through the realization, it's just like it's a good turning point.
I thought it was kind of a bold move to start off with the supervillain origin because I did not see that coming at all. I was like, wait a second, they're setting this in 1974. Where are they going with this?
Yeah.
And I did hear some people sitting next to me kind of questioning, like, who the fuck was that kid with the glasses? So I guess if you don't really know a little bit of the story, it can be somewhat confusing. But I mean, if you pay attention, you're probably okay. They also had like a 3-year-old with them that wouldn't shut up the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Brutal. Yeah, but I walked in.
a PG-13 movie.
I wasn't sure if it was if I was in the right theater or not because I got in there right as the movie was playing. But I was like, oh, am I in the right theater again? Because who's the guy with the glasses? And then I saw this lightning bolt, and I was like, oh, that I'm here.
And you see Jumon Hansu come in and fuck up everybody's world.
Yeah, and that kid's brother, the biggest piece of shit, blaming it on Dr. Savannah when he was a little kid.
I mean, it was technically his fault.
It was his fault, but the kid is 6 years old. It's like, holy shit. And your dad was just stalled, stopped the car in the middle of the road like a fucking idiot. But
idiot.
That was one of the most gruesome scene. Yeah, the scene where one of the 7 deadly sin monsters bit the guy's head off. They didn't show much, but still. But when they toss his brother out of the building, that was like, shit's getting
It was
real.
jarring.
Yeah,
for sure. Let's talk about some of the end credit scenes. Did you have any fucking idea what was going on with that caterpillar? Are you familiar with Dr. Mind?
Mr. Mind.
Mr. Mind, sorry.
Mr. Mind. Kind of, but I don't think really anyone, if you're familiar with Mr. Mind, you're a fucking nerd.
It's a deep cut.
Because Mr. Mind, I believe, came out in like, he was one of the original foes, the arch nemesis of Captain Marvel. That was what they were calling it at the time, but
in the 40s.
In the 40s, yeah. Early 40s. So, and it was it was your typical 1940s, campy, dumb as hell. Yeah, we're going to have a worm.
He's fucking plankton, dude. He's plankton.
He kind of is.
He's
Except
actually,
he can control people's minds. So.
He's an alien worm from Venus.
Yes.
And brings
Well,
together.
Also, they missed out on an opportunity to say that he was from Uranus.
Yeah.
A worm from Uranus.
I know they did miss that, but that's definitely going to be Shazam 2. Is Mr. Mind is going to come into play. Most likely, he's going to live off of Dr. Savannah, like probably go in his ear or some shit and command him, and then assemble the big group of monsters, which was what he was known for. He had all these kind of like the 7 deadly sins, but he has all these different monsters from Elseworlds, and that might be a play into like what all those doors meant when they were in the sanctum or whatever the fuck they were calling it. Do you
think this is an opportunity for them to introduce Elseworld stories?
Possibly. It would be a good way to do it, I think.
I'm down to see Vampire Batman.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Brick, did you have any fucking idea what was going on in that scene?
None. I was like, this is fucking warm and gross. I did like the end credit scene where they just get a dig at Aquaman.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'll give it that. But like jokes per minute, it was very low.
Yeah.
It's not a comedy. It's a.
But they pitched it that way in the trailers, which is, I don't know. Look, I liked it. I don't know what else you want me to say. I guess I didn't like it as much as you guys did, but
my most disappointing point in the movie, was the very last scene where Superman shows up to say what's up to Freddy in front of all his classmates and shit. I really wanted them to pan up and it show Henry Cavill with a mustache.
That would be perfect.
I was so pumped up because they show his emblem on his chest, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna pan up to his face. They didn't. I was like, fuck, that would have been so funny.
That was disappointing. It would have been great.
Henry Cavill with a mustache.
Would it really have been that hard to get Henry Cavill in there for literally 5 minutes?
I agree. That's why I was pissed off. I'm like, yeet, come on.
It was a strong ending to the movie, though. Yeah. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Definitely ending on a super high note. No pun intended. Wow.
Pun brutally intended. Anything else we want to say about this?
No, we pretty much hit on it. I want to make sure we talked about the end credit scenes, but yeah, I think that's a big lead into what's going to happen in Shazam 2.
What is the next DC movie?
Birds of Joker. October.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Joker in October. Birds of Prey, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they kind of bring all this together, or even if they choose to. Maybe they won't. Maybe it'll all be separate.
Who knows?
So that's Shazam. Let's get into some recommendations for the week. Brick, what have you been doing besides sitting around and smoking weed and not playing Xbox?
Claims. I did get a chance to check out the new Twilight Zone. Watched the first episode, Comedian, and it was pretty good. It's that same creepy feel. It's not like as dark as I would have liked it, but that's still that Twilight Zone feel. Good actors.
I think it's free on YouTube right now, isn't it?
No, I think it's a CBS streaming app. So
yeah, but they released the first episode for free on YouTube.
Ooh, okay. That would make sense then.
So if you wanted to check that out, that would be a good place to do it.
Boom.
Mark, what have you been doing, watching, whatever?
This is actually a follow-up to a recommendation I had like 2 weeks ago, maybe, when I was talking about how Detective Comics 1000 was coming out. So it's been a pretty big month for Batman, especially. We have Detective Comics 1000 that came out like a week and a half ago, and Batman, it was his 80th anniversary since 1939 when he first appeared. So I wasn't going to recommend this because I didn't really know how Detective Comics 1000 was going to be. It's really fucking good. It's different stories. It's a pretty thick read. I think it's probably 6 issues in one. But it's got all of your top artists, all of your top writers in this. And I thought it was actually going to be just one writer, one artist. I didn't really read into it that much before getting it, but there's a lot of good stories in it. And it's a really good read if you're interested in comics. So I would pick up Detective Comics 1000 if you get a chance.
So I teased this a little bit earlier, but I did start watching Doom Patrol, and it is that perfect mixture of silly while also still kind of serious and also kind of hyper violent.
And they just drop the F-bomb nonstop.
Brendan Fraser swears more in this series than I've seen him in all of his other movies combined.
Yeah.
And I am 100% here for that. Yeah. He's actually really good in this.
The first episode with him and his wife and his mansion and everything, and
he's just
showing his origins.
Babysitter.
Yeah, it's intense.
This series goes pretty hard. Like I was watching it on the train, and Erica's sitting next to me. I got headphones in, And she's like, what the fuck are you watching? Like, there was a donkey that explodes. She's just like, why are you doing this in public? But I can honestly recommend this.
What are you, episode 3 then?
No, I'm further than that. I think I'm at like 6, but
Okay.
I'm pretty excited to see where this goes. Obviously, it's only on DC Universe, but I would assume that since Titans came to Netflix, that it will eventually do the same after they wrap up the first season.
Yeah.
Titans is
Also,
already out on Netflix?
Internationally.
Yeah, I believe since January.
Oh, on Netflix in the US?
Am I making that up?
I know it came out internationally like a month or two ago. I'm not sure if it's on actual Netflix now.
Maybe that's what it was. But
It's coming though, eventually. I don't know when though.
like coming, like Brick Sextile.
Oh yeah.
I also watched the first episode of What We Do in the Shadows. It's only 30 minutes, but it came out on FX and it's pretty promising so far. It's the same kind of deadpan humor. So yeah, I'm
Nice. Looking forward to that. Actually, I didn't get a chance to catch that.
Yeah, Hulu reminded me. Otherwise, I would have totally forgotten. But
Nice.
I think that's going to wrap up episode 137 of the Chumpcast. Thank you to all of our loyal supporters, especially those of you that give us money on Patreon. That's very nice of you. And as you've discovered in this episode, we're using it for very important scientific reasons, like Brick Sex Doll. You can find us on all social media at the Chumpcast. You can call or text us at 847-920-6107. Until next time.
Chumps out, motherfucker. I can't hit that note still. My voice is
Still,
going.
dude, it's
Wow.
been like a
Figure it out.
month,
Maybe
dude.
eat a carb.
It's messed up.
Get your shit together.
Motherfuckers. I can't do it.